You're late.
He was doing work.
Now let's get started. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. It's June 1st, 2023. On my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2. And on my left is Commissioner Aaron Mays, who represents District 3. I'm Bill Rippon, and I represent District 1. And our Madam Clerk is gone today. So, Chris, what do we have on what's first on the agenda?
Item 3, consent agenda.
I would move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, this morning we have vouchers that total $1,964,376.37. The highlights out of that voucher report: under infrastructure, we have SBB Engineering LLC for $34,279.60. This is for survey, design, and construction documents for the 46th Street, Northwest Bunton Road, and Northwest Rochester Road. We also have payroll, which made up the majority of the voucher report at $1,133,962.11. Holding accounts with the state of Kansas, $175,809.76. Health insurance of $87,118.30. And then finally, under Parks and Recreation, for a number of items, $83,398.70. I do not have any questions regarding the vouchers and would move for their approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Number 2, consider correction orders.
I would move that we approve the correction orders.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item B, solid waste, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-173-2023, amendment number 3 to extend contract C-191-2010 with Greenpoint Construction and Demolition Processing Center to accept and process waste, construction, and demolition materials through December 31st, 2023, with an adjustment in fees to $45 per ton for material disposed.
Good morning, Commissioner. Steve Collins, Shawnee County Solid Waste. This extension basically aligns Greenpoint Demo and Construction with the current agreement that we have with Waste Management, and it allows us, by aligning those, it allows us an advance notice to where we can see what both potential increases from both companies are at the same time. Right now, the other one comes after we've already created the budget, so this would help us to be more proactive when it comes to creating the budget. As the clerk mentioned, the rate has gone up to $45 per ton, and that is an 8.4% increase, so still within range, and especially doing a comparison. I stand for any questions.
Questions?
Steve, unrelated to the actual price increase, but how do we decide what goes to Greenpoint versus what goes to WM?
Based on they give us a criteria. Both of them basically have a sheet of what are accepted materials, what are not, and then that's what we communicate. We use that in the office explicitly when we're communicating that to new business, even existing customers, so we make sure we don't get that contamination and potentially lose that whole load that has to, because it's contaminated, and then have to go to the landfill. So constant reminders. Bill Sutton is also has started doing weekly notices and videos on Facebook, if you haven't noticed, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback from that and just helping to increase public awareness overall.
And these are typically for their roll-offs that they go to Greenpoint then?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate it. I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Ray, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item C, Health Department, number 1. Consider the authorization and execution of Contract C-174-2023 between the Shawnee County Health Department and TARC, which will provide $23,000 to the Health Department for providing in-home nursing services for a 1-year period from July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2024.
Good morning, Commissioners. Missy Biddendorf, Shawnee County Health Department. Before you today is the request to enter a contract with TARC to provide the home visitation services in our community to developmentally delayed infants and toddlers. We bring this contract every year about this time. It allows one of our RNs to provide the in-home nursing in partnership with TARC, specifically their infant toddler services, which serves 0 to 3. And then this RN attends their team meetings, serving as a resource and content expert, and will also help with evaluations to determine if the children are eligible for the services. And we've been providing this for many years, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Any questions? Okay, then I would move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner
Thank
Cook.
you.
All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item D, Planning Department, number 1. Consider approval of the 2023 fireworks stand applications for the sale of fireworks from June 27th through July 5th, 2023.
Morning, Commissioners. Joni Thadani, Director of the Planning Department. As is mentioned, we are here today for the annual approval of our fireworks stand applications. This year we had 22 applicants. None of them were new stands. We do have one new owner that is running an old stand. However, all of the remainder have been there for some extended period of time. We would ask your approval of all 22 of these stands with a reminder to all of them that they are allowable to sell from June 27 through Wednesday, July 5th, and those sales can only occur between the hours of 8 a.m. and midnight.
Any questions?
I do not have any.
I will move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, John. Next item.
Item E, Public Works, number 1. Consider awarding a bid to Ham Companies for up to 2,000 tons of clean crushed limestone at a unit cost of $20.45 per ton for use in Monmouth Township's 2023 chip seals. This material will ultimately be paid for using the Monmouth Township Road Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Courtney House, Director of Public Works. Thanks to Audit Finance, we were able to get out solicitation of bids on the closing date of May 25th. We'd received 2 bids. It's the usual 2 bids from Hams and Mid-States, which is Bettis. This year, Hams had the lowest bid at $2.45 a ton. And so I'm here before you asking you to accept this bid, award it, so that we can do chip seals in Monmouth Township this year. Basically, we don't use this material, so by the end of the year, basically Monmouth Township has paid for this material. So there's no impact to my budget. I look forward to your questions.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Bill, can you remind us on how many townships you do the road work for?
There are 12 townships in the county, and we, by, I assume, some form of resolution way back when, we take care of both Monmouth and Grove townships roads.
The other 10 townships maintain their own roads.
That is correct.
On the Monmouth and Grove townships, are they getting to a point to where you might see them being able to take on their own township roads, or do we anticipate that we're going to continue to operate them for some time?
Well, I suppose the decision is up to the township, but I would say that Monmouth Township is very close to being self-sufficient. They have their own equipment. They have, although we have 2 employees that are technically Shawnee County employees, they work exclusively in Monmouth Township. Really, the only thing they lack is some kind of storage shed for their equipment. But I think they're getting quite close to being able to maintain their own roads. Now, if you talk to them, they might disagree, but that's my assessment. Grove, I don't think, they're quite a ways from being self-sufficient, that they can take over the maintenance of their roads.
As the county engineer, ultimately, all the conditions of the roads fall on you as to whether or not you can close a road or close a bridge. Do you think that it's better from your perspective to have the county running the township roads at this time, or to continue the agreement that we have and we're doing well, or?
May I interject? This is Jim Kraus, Shawnee County Councilor. There's a statutory process that requires the residents of a township to petition to have their roads taken care of specifically by the county, and the process to undo that is also statutory and requires the same petition type process. So that's why we operate in the townships that we do. Those residents have opted through an election to have us maintain their roads. For us to get out of it, then, we will need to have another election where the residents would have to choose us not to.
Very good.
Well, thank you, Mr. Counselor. I think it's interesting why 2 of the 10 are maintained and 10 are not, and the road conditions vary across the county. And there are times where we get called into emergency situations. We have to step in at the last minute, so to speak, when road conditions get too bad.
If you talk to the township, they tell me they're always able to maintain their roads better than Shawnee County, because you're maintaining a lower level, so to speak. That's here nor there as far as I'm concerned. As all I'm looking for is I'm looking for unsafe conditions that I have to bring to the township's attention, but otherwise the maintenance responsibilities, I let them do what they need to do. We have stepped in the past. There was a time coming out of a winter with a wet spring that Auburn Township's roads were in extremely poor condition, where we provided assistance. We did charge the township for that, but we provided assistance getting them rock to a location where then they could use it on their roads.
Yes. And at the same time, I mean, if there was ever a way for the county or the media to help educate the public that the county operates parks, we don't operate city streets. And the number of times we make an improvement to the park, but we get blamed for the city streets, I could write a book. So,
Kurt, we have responsibility for all the bridges, correct?
Yes, that's a good question. Even though we may have a bridge on a township-maintained road, if it's defined as a bridge, which means the inside face of external supports 20 foot or greater, then it's Shawnee County's responsibility to maintain.
And they're responsible for culverts, cleaning up.
Culverts with a hydraulic opening less than 25 square feet, then it's a township culvert, if it's on a township road. If the culvert is on a county road, regardless of size, then it's a county culvert. If that makes all sense to y'all, I mean, that's pretty amazing.
I didn't see anybody taking notes.
Yeah.
We all understand.
Yeah. Kurt, while you're up there, unrelated to this item, how did we do with the rains, the heavy rains over the weekend?
There was quite a bit of flooding in southern Shawnee County. Nothing was washed out to my knowledge. So it's just a matter, we're hearing from the public about water over the roads, water in my yard, water in the ditches, and things like that. This is typical for heavy, heavy rains. I must remind the public that ditches are not designed for these kinds of rains. So if you get water out of the ditches that go over the roads or into yards, into fields, that's the price we pay. We can't design as a society for a 100 or 500-year storm, or even a 50-year storm maybe.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's good to hear we didn't have any roads wash out, so I'll move for approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Kurt. Next item.
Item 5, public comment.
I don't have anyone signed up at this time, but if there's anyone here from the public who wishes to speak, this is your moment. Seeing none, next item.
Administrative communications.
Okay.
Hello, Commissioners. Steve Collins, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Wanted to remind the public that this coming Saturday, our household hazardous waste facility at 131 Northeast 46th Street will be open from 9 a.m. until noon. Please bring in any used oil or any other hazardous chemicals to us, and we'll be happy to dispose of them. At the same time, we have a glass recycle bin and cardboard-only recycle bins at that 46th Street location, so please feel free to bring that as well. And separately, I wanted to let everyone know that coming up on June 17th, Waste Management, located over at 7361 Northwest Highway 75, is offering a free dump day, and this is from 7 a.m. till noon, again on June 17th. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next item. Oh, is anyone else? I'm sorry. Shouldn't be writing and talking at the same time. Okay,
Nothing from me.
nothing from you?
I have nothing. You're good, Bill.
You know, this weekend I had a chance to attend the state track meet in Wichita, and there were a lot of local athletes that did very well, and I'm not going to mention it. It'd take me all morning. But there's one I wanted to point out. It's Amelia Foster from Rossville. She didn't win her event. She was in the 800 meter. For those of you who aren't in track, that's 2 laps around the track. But somewhere early in the first lap, she lost a shoe, finished the race, and got 6th place. There's my perseverance award. And on kind of a side note, her grandfather worked for Parks and Recreation for many years, Bob Foster. He laid out all the trails at Dornwood, and I don't know how many trees and things he planted. He's a horticulturist and naturalist for the park department. But hats off to Amelia Foster for her efforts this weekend. So that's all I have. Next item.
Executive sessions.
We do have a need to go into executive session, so I will move that we go into executive session for a period not to exceed 30 minutes for the following reasons. 1, for the preliminary discussion of the acquisition of real property, specifically to discuss a possible location for a county department. We've set aside 10 minutes for that. And second, for consultation with an attorney for the public body or agency, which would be deemed privileged in an attorney-client relationship, specifically to discuss pending contract negotiations. We've set aside 20 minutes for that. Action is not expected following the executive session. Why don't we start at 9:30?
Mr. Chair, that would be a motion.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carried 3-0. Thank you.
Give him 30 seconds.
Ready?
Almost. Ready? We are back in session. No actions taken at this time, so we are adjourned.